Friday, 9 to 11 on Shannonside Northern Sound.
Tomorrow morning, ladies and gentlemen, will be a Mayo morning here on Shannonside Northern Sound. Rightly so. The town of Ballahidreen in the county of Roscommon is part of our franchise area. Big hello to all the Ballahidreen gang over there. And on one side of the street, the Mayo flags are unfurled. Come on, the green and red. Whereas on the other side, you probably have the most dedicated, the loudest, the most loyal Roscommon supporters in the world. Why, I hear you say? Tune in tomorrow for more details. Ballahidreen, it's the hometown of the Mayo captain, Andy Moran, and we'll be there tomorrow morning with the JF show. We look forward to that. We stay in West Roscommon. Brendan Corrigan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Joe. And I just want to digress for 1 second because you were talking about Ballahidreen. And that's my nearest town. And my sister married a Ballahidreen man a couple of years ago, and she moved into the town. Now, he's a Ballahidreen Mayo supporter. And if you thought the flag protests in Belfast were bad over the Union Jack, they're worse in that household at the minute over the flying of a Mayo flag. My sister has put the foot down. She doesn't want one out.
Well, those who are not native to that part of the world are probably all confused and asking themselves, why is it a town that has its roots geographically in the county of Roscommon, why is it, or why has it such a strong allegiance to Mayo football? All will be explained tomorrow. But you're living in West Roscommon, and you have applied for what you believe is the best job in the world, bar none, with a salary of $100,000. We want a job description, please. Tell us all about it. What is it?
Yeah, sounds good. All right, Joe. Well, actually, it's not me that dubbed it that. It's the company itself. They've called it the best job around the world. It's kind of following on from a couple of years ago. You might remember there was a job advertised in Australia to work on, I think it was Fraser Island or one of those tropical islands in Australia where you were a caretaker for a year. And that was, I think, dubbed the best job in the world. This is called the best job around the world, where this travel company called jantaroo.com, an American travel company, they're looking for a person to travel around the world to their holiday destinations in all continents, where you would write about where you visit, make little videos about where you visit, also engage in voluntary work as well. So you'd be going to poorer regions as well on the globe, and you will get a salary of $100,000 to do that for a year's contract to go around the world. And
so they're going to pay you $100,000 to become Phineas Fogg for a year and see the world.
Well, yeah, more or less. I mean, of course, as I said, there's a little bit of work you have to write about.
a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's it. But of course, for a man who likes to travel, myself, of course, all out of my own pocket and scrounging around, quite the frugal backpacker at times, this just sounds right up my street. It was a friend of mine actually in Bogota who sent me on the details. I hadn't even heard of the company jantaroo.com before in my life.
Right.
And he sent me on the details a few weeks ago. So the closing date was actually Sunday to submit your videos. Now I'm blaming my lack of equipment and poor resources. My video might be the sharpest.
It's okay. Filmed on the boglands of West Roscommon. And by the way, you, I'm sure, recognise the voice. Brendan is a former colleague of ours here at Shannonside Northern Sound, and since he left us, he has quite literally travelled the world. You've backpacked the world, really, haven't you?
Yeah, I have really, Joe, I suppose, in one sense. Although I think what some people might know, like the last couple of years, really, I've been based in Bogota and Colombia. Now, obviously, I travelled when I was there as well, but I have been based in Bogota doing some whispered work there as well. Because visa issues, I'll say, over that point. But yeah, so when I've been travelling, obviously I don't have endless resources, so I needed to stop in some places and make a little bit of money. So Colombia has been my home for the last couple of years. It's the default option to return there. You know, I heard you talking about social welfare and all that kind of stuff. I'm not getting any such luxuries at this moment in time, so I'm looking to, if this job doesn't work out for me, I'm looking maybe to go back to Colombia, but just tied up in a bit of paperwork at the minute trying to sort out.
Right, but isn't it every young person's dream? Nowadays, it's whatever it is about the Irish, sometimes we're forced to travel of that there is no doubt. But nowadays, thankfully, our young people so well educated. As a result, they're so confident. They have the degree or the diploma or whatever in their back pocket, and that is their ticket to the world. And thankfully, they're availing of that opportunity, aren't they? More and more of us are travelling, which I think is great.
Yeah, of course, yeah, and I mean, I talked about this point before, and on my blog I've written about it as well. I tend to, get a little bit annoyed and I wince when I read all these media reports of, oh, it's terrible, all the Irish that have to go. Now, I realise, of course, for some families, it's bad when families have to leave, but for young people like myself with relatively little ties and no commitments, I mean, heading off, it is a nice adventure. And with the way the world is nowadays, I mean, even in Colombia, if something terrible was to happen and I needed to come back to Roscommon, I could be back in half a day nearly. And if you're in Australia, you can be back in a day.
But it's a long way away from home, but she's seeing more of her now than she ever did, because they're Skyping almost on a bi-daily basis, and it's there in front of you. How are you doing? You look great. And it is
good. I've always found one little problem, perhaps with Skype, and I've noticed with some people, is that when they go to another country and they, you need to immerse yourself sometimes. Now, it depends what kind of country. The likes of Australia and New Zealand may be a bit culturally similar, but if you're having problems and homesickness, Skyping home every day sometimes doesn't help that. Sometimes you just need to cut all ties for a while and kind of say, right, I'm here, I'm going to immerse myself in this culture, I'm going to make friends and all that kind of stuff. And if you're calling home all the time, that mightn't help you in that regard.
Yeah, but you're a blogger and you're a journalist, as I said. You worked
you're going to say something else there.
Yeah, you're a lot of other things, but this has always been a family show, Brendan. But as someone, when you worked with us here, for example, it was just right in the midst of the Celtic Tiger, if I can put it that way, maybe coming towards the end of the Celtic Tiger, but times were good, happy days, great job opportunities. Now you've been away, I'm sure you've been keeping an eye on proceedings from far away, and now you're back to see it for yourself, what has happened to this country. Does it make you bitter, angry, or is it a case of where you couldn't care less?
Well, I wouldn't say that I don't care, but I'm not angry. I mean, I feel a lot of this was inevitable, as everybody's telling us now, but nobody was too smart back a few years ago to tell us that much. But just from my own perspective here, I'm back just availing of free accommodation in my parents' house for the time being, but that might soon come to an end. The life has been sucked out of places like here. I can name 20 people that are just in Perth from Lissacull. Now, Perth is obviously just one place in the world, and then we've got other people from this part of Roscommon in other areas of the world. So,
all right, but that's a terrifying statistic. Lissacull, I drive through it on a regular basis. Typical rural village population.
You're asking, I don't know, 300 maybe?
I was going to say max 300. And you're telling me 20 young people from that village of Lissacull in West Roscommon are now in Perth?
Yeah, I mean, more or less. I suppose in the general hinterland anyway, probably extended.
And you play football, or you tried once upon a time. And, when you meet with your friends and you're socialising around the GAA scene or what have you, is it having an impact on the GAA scene and the local club?
Yeah, well, I suppose Aerogue, I'll be killed for saying this, it was probably never the best example anyway. Even in the height of the Celtic Tiger, we struggled to get a team down and training. But obviously, there's been a brain drain and a talent drain in terms of football as well. We could probably field a team as equally as strong as the one that's there at the moment from guys who are travelling or living abroad.
You see, my fear is, people talk about immigration, but you see, in the past, when people left, they always came back. 40% of them, maybe. They had it in their heads, I'm coming back. I don't know if that loyalty factor to Ireland is there now with the younger generation. Anyway, we went off in a terrible tangent, as they say. Brendan, you want people to help you in your quest to get this job. What must they do? You have 30 seconds.
All right, I have to be quick then. So it's a bit long-winded. Right, you have to like my video, which is available on this website. It's bestjobaroundtheworld.com/submissions/view/12962, because that's my number, 12962. It's a bit long-winded, Joe. The other thing is you could go on my blog. You could just Wrong Way Corrigan blog, Google that, and it'll come up. And the latest blog post gives you details of how to like my video. And people can like every 24 hours, Joe, until the 1st of October. So the more likes, the better, of course. It's not solely based on likes, but it helps if I have more likes.
I'm a great believer in the finder's fee ethic, in that if you get the job, I will expect at least 10% of the salary. And by the way, I remind people of that again tomorrow. But good to talk to you,
Joe,
Brendan. Yes.
If you're in Balhedreen tomorrow, maybe I can call in for
Absolutely. But I'll tell you one thing. Don't you dare wear that Roscommon jersey. It's a Mayo morning tomorrow morning.
All right, I'll have to talk to my brother-in-law this so he can find a Mayo jersey.
By the way, spread the word. If you're talking to people today, we'd love to see them. We're in Durkin's tomorrow in Balhedreen.
Good Mayo pub at that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, we're on Mayo ground. Great to talk to you, Brendan Corrigan, there in West Roscommon. He has recently applied for what he believes is the best job in the world.